Hey, welcome to my Pisces Priestess channel, everybody. Welcome to October. It is October. And for this month, I definitely wanted to. Holy crap, the wind is blowing strong out there. I'm looking out the window, but yeah. I wanted to do an intro video this month, guys, because it's a really intense month. October is this is just a very, very transformative time of year. And I thought it would be easiest just to kind of speak to everybody. So hello, everybody, all the signs. How are you guys doing? So yeah, I got some notes here about October, and also we're gonna do. I moved. I didn't mention that yet, but I have moved. Lots have been changing for me. Very intense energies. So I want to apologize for getting these videos out late. I'm not really sure when I'll get them uploaded because I don't have any Wi-Fi still. But I have a very peaceful environment and nice environment to record in, and that helps me. It helps my intuition and my spirituality a lot. So yeah, there's a lot of intense energies in the beginning of October for me. We had that full moon a couple of days ago on the 5th, and I'm not really sure when these will get uploaded, but that's why the videos are so late, because I am very sensitive to stuff like that. It's just been, October it's almost like I woke up in a new life, just to be honest. But I still love tarot and I still love astrology, so this is what I want to do. I'm getting my office all set up. This is my little spiritual room. I have my zodiac wheel over here, but it's a mess. I guess I can show you guys, but I'm going to be doing some recording by that. So we definitely have all of the zodiac energy present with us right now, and I've got all my little things, so that just makes me more comfortable. And yeah, guys, so we're going to do it a little bit different this month. That's why I'm just going to record an intro video so that everybody can see, because sometimes I say certain things for certain signs and then I forget to say it for other ones. So yeah, we're going to record an intro video. I've never done it like that. And we have a different kind of reading coming for October as well, guys. So first, let's just go over a little bit of, and I will mention this in certain videos, but October. Okay, October 2017. I've written down some of the major aspects I think that are happening. And we have that Aries full moon on October 5th. That was a very powerful moon. It was a couple days ago. I live in Michigan, so it was very cloudy here and I couldn't see the full moon. Some of my friends who were in other parts of Michigan, they saw it and the pictures were amazing. I had a Sagittarius hit me up and say that the moon was so big in the morning. Not even surprised, because Aries is our first zodiac sign. They're the first house of self. So I, as an astrologer and as someone who's spiritual, have been waiting for this Aries moon for so long. We only get an Aries full moon once every Libra season, so once every year. Very, very powerful. Anytime anything travels through Aries, Pisces is the sign right before Aries, kind of, because we're the 12th house, so we're last, and then Aries is first. So Aries and Pisces kind of chill together on the zodiac wheel, and we have a special bond as last and first. It's kind of a completion that happens. So when things pass through Pisces and they complete, and they pass through Aries, it's brand new, okay? And the moon travels around the zodiac wheel all the time, but it was full in Aries now. So full moons mean completions and new beginnings, and Aries means completions and new beginnings. So this moon was so powerful, and it definitely has set some energies in place of transformation. It's just amazing. So we did have that, of course, on the 5th for Aries. And we all have Aries in our chart somewhere. Oh, also on the 5th, we had Venus and Mars couple in the sky together, which is the divine masculine and the divine feminine. And I hadn't always known about that, but as an astrologer, a very, very novice astrologer right now, but every day I'm, following the planets and checking birth charts, things like that. And I'm learning more and more about these planets and what they mean to us, as humans on this earth. So Venus and Mars, masculine, they're the divine lovers, the cosmic soulmates, and they were coupled together. They only do that every 2 years, and every 32 years they repeat exactly. So 32 years ago, I think it was it was the same day. It was October 6th, 1985, I want to say. Venus and Mars were coupled together, and they were coupled together in Virgo. So very, very beautiful energy for October 5th. A lot of completions and new beginnings. On the 19th, we have a Libra new moon. Okay, so it's gonna be different for all of us, but new moons are when the moon is invisible in the sky. So this is, some hidden secrets coming out, and it depends on where Libra is in your own chart. But we do have that new moon. I hear that it's going to be, kind of bizarre a little bit, but it should be okay. Just something to look out for on the 19th. This is when the sun and the moon are in the sky together. That's why we can't see it, because the sun and the moon are in the same, they're going to both be in Libra. And then we have Jupiter moving into Scorpio on the 10th. Okay, I'm excited about this. Jupiter is my traditional ruler. Jupiter is the ruler of Sagittarius. So, as a Sag or a Pisces, and actually everyone, you really want to look out for this, because Jupiter moving signs is something that is it's like a hot topic in astrology right now. And that's happening on the 10th. It's going into Scorpio. Like, whoa, everyone, this is the planet of higher philosophy, higher thinking. It rules the ninth house. So your beliefs and things like that. So we want to be focusing on these things around the 10th. This is so awesome, guys, for Jupiter to be moving into Scorpio. And then on the 14th, we have Venus entering Libra, which is so cool because Venus rules Libra. Libra rules our relationships. It's the seventh house of partnerships and, not just romantic, but friendships and all of that. So Venus is going to come there, the goddess of love. And she's very, very at home with the scales of justice, Libra. So definitely something to look forward to on the 14th. And then we have Mercury moving into Scorpio on the 17th. I definitely want to take note of that. It all depends on where Scorpio is. On the zodiac wheel, we all can tell where the houses are, but we also have our own birth charts. I'm not sure if many of you who watch my videos also have your own birth charts. So for me, as an example, I have a midheaven Scorpio and my north node is Scorpio. So Mercury moving into that is, Scorpio is my sister sign. Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, they're all water signs. So yeah, definitely really, important for all of us. You'd have to know your own birth chart, but these are the energies going on in the universe. Definitely some shifts going on, guys. And then, of course, the sun enters Scorpio on the 23rd. We're going to have Scorpio season, which I feel like is so awesome because, Halloween falls into Scorpio. I mean, it's in Scorpio season every year. And Scorpio's, mysterious and more so about the hidden emotions that we have and kind of the intimate secrets. And Halloween is mysterious like that too. So yeah, speaking of Halloween, on the 31st, we have Halloween. So those are the notes that I wrote down for October. I wanted to make sure everyone heard those, so I wanted to do this as an intro video. This whole video will be in the beginning of all the other videos, and I didn't want to make it over 10 minutes. So it looks like we have, some time to talk about the actual reading that we're going to do this month, okay? I'm going to be a little bit different, guys, and I'm going to be trying some new camera angles out, so let me know, now that I have this new apartment and everything like that. The lighting is different. There's just certain energies, I'm trying to feel it out. So this is my first, as November and December and all that and the new year, I'll probably gradually find my way and where I want to record at and stuff like that. But, I'm just going to mess around with it for October and see what's going on. But I am going to be using the Wisdom of the House of Night. This is my, kind of most mysterious deck. And I find that tarot readers are kind of diving into the kind of darker, mysterious reading. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to use my Wisdom of the House of Night. And then, so we're going to do that for the main reading. And then we're going to pull some clarifiers with regular, this is the Page of Cups if you're curious. But yeah, we're going to just use my regular tarot. I miss my regular tarot. I actually, during the move, I was without them for about a week. And man, that was weird, guys. I'm really happy to have all my cards back and everything like that. So the reading, a lot of you may be familiar with Celtic cross reading. I have a reading that I kind of designed myself, and I promise you, it was when I first got my deck back in April. I kind of sat down and I just kind of designed my own reading, and little did I know this was actually a reading. Like, this is kind of something that makes me believe that I'm meant to read tarot, because I actually, it's very similar to the Celtic cross, but I just call it a cross-examination reading. So basically, I love these readings, you guys, because we have a core situation that Spirit is able to hone in on. So it's a 6-card reading. Oh, and I have my little angel shirt on, just in case you didn't know or see what that was, because it's Libra season, archangels and stuff. And I say that because I want to do this cross because I'm not religious at all, But, you know, crosses are often related to angel protection and things like that. So I wanted to do this cross examination. It very much looks like a cross. It's a 6 card placement reading. So, and I'm going to explain this more as I do your reading. But the middle card is the core is situation. And Spirit can choose any situation to talk to you about. I will know the reading when I see that card. I'll know that this is the core situation Spirit wanted to choose. Then, like anything in astrology, there's a south node and a north node. So I place a card right underneath the core situation because that is where you're coming from. That is the south node of what you're letting go of, okay? And then we have the north node where you're going to, where you should aim for, you know, where you're going. And then the two, this is what's different. The Celtic cross, I believe the two on the side have different meanings, but for me as a reader, I like to hold these placements for what Spirit has on your side because it's your foundation. You know, that's what I kind of figured out yesterday that it kind of means for me is these 2 cards that make up the cross. It would be the foundation and what Spirit has on your side, what's protecting you, your protected foundation. And I'll explain more of that in the individual readings. And then the 6th card is overall guidance. And then of course we have the underlying energy, which is the bottom of the deck for you guys. But yeah, it's going to be a little bit different this month. I've never done cross-examination readings, and I'm going to try to do a different kind of, I'm recording on a laptop, so it's going to be kind of interesting to get it at an angle where you guys can see the placements. I think it's very important for you guys to be able to see where the cards lie, but I'm going to explain them and try to show them to the camera as best as I can. But alright, I'm really ready to get your guys' reading started. I had this whole day to record and kind of be creative and tap into Spirit. My intuition is recharged. I feel good. So I'm very ready. I hope you guys are ready too. This is your October reading. So let's get started with it, guys, and we'll see what comes up. Hi, Taurus. Welcome to your reading. You're definitely next. I have a Taurus moon, so, you know, I like to pay a close eye on these energies that come out for my moon. So as I said, we're going to be using the, you know, this is kind of Halloween looking, you know, it's kind of, and there is a glare, guys, so I'm going to do my best to kind of try to show you these cards as they lay. But I'm just really happy that you can see the cards laying as they are, and I'll do my best to explain them. So we're going to do a cross-examination reading, and we're going to do them with the wisdom of the House of Night to kind of get some mysterious, darker energies, I guess, for Halloween. And then we're going to pull regular tarot for clarifiers, okay? And I just did the Aries reading, so I'm just going to shuffle in front of you guys because, you know, I'm comfortable enough with you. So this reading is for Taurus. For the month of October 2017, we're going to be doing a cross-examination. We had some cards kind of try to flop out, and I don't know if it's my energy, but just to be clear, I like to kind of tap my cards 3 times sometimes as a trinity to knock the energies back into place. And I'm also being led to do this. Whenever I get a certain image in my head about something, definitely just follow my intuition. So, alright, these messages are for Taurus. Let's get a very relatable core situation that you would like to talk to Taurus about this month, Spirit. Any situation that is relatable to the Tauruses that watch my Pisces Priestess channel specifically. Tapping into Taurus energy. Okay. So the core situation is fragment. Wow, that's interesting, Taurus. I may have to go get my little book to kind of talk more about what that is. But let's see the south node of this situation. Where is Taurus standing? Where are they coming from? So what are they letting go of? South node. One card to best go with this fragment situation. To me, fragments are things that are kind of there, kind of not. We have invisible. Okay, Taurus, this is a very interesting reading already. I don't do reverses, so I'm hoping most of those weren't reversed, but I'll just turn them around if they do. And I do reverse sometimes, but not with these cards. Unless they really come out that way and my intuition tells me. Alright. Let's do a north node where Taurus is almost says Scorpio, so that's interesting. Your opposite sign. Not sure why I would do that, but some of you may be with a Scorpio or have Scorpio energy. Let's see, what is the north node of this situation, Spirit, for Taurus, October 2017? Where are they headed? Alright, and it is upside down. So we have focus, and it is upside down. So I'm going to leave that upside down, Taurus, but we're going to turn it right side up in a minute. I just kind of want to focus on this. Focus. I kind of want to pay attention to this here. It could mean that you're headed towards a place of just making sure that your focus is more balanced and aimed, okay? And there is an archer on this card. I'll show you. So some of you may be dealing with a Sagittarius, because there is an you can't see, I can't really tell if you can see, but this lady has a bow and arrow. So there's an archer, and that to me is a very fiery energy. So you could be moving towards a fiery energy. We have the warrior that came out on your side. One more card for what is on Taurus's side. This is Taurus's foundation, which is very important for Taurus. What is another card to best complete the foundation for Taurus this month in October? What is on Taurus's side? The warrior, and what else, Spirit? Specifically for the Tauruses that watch my video. Okay, beauty. Awesome. And now we get one more card. I almost always forget, but this is a 6 card reading, because 6 is a very angelic number, and we're in Libra season, the archangels. So let's get a card for overall guidance for Taurus. What is overall guiding Taurus in the month of October? Ooh. Okay, well, we have 2 cards that came out, and we have a reminder and movement. At the bottom of the deck, we have strength. So, that could be Leo. It could be just you being a very strong position, because we have this old tree on this picture. And you guys are an earth sign. So it just, Taurus is that. This is you, Taurus. It don't matter how, long you've been here. You know how some people, trees, for me, some trees just aren't gonna die. They're just so stable and strong, and their roots are so strong. So whatever that may mean to you, Taurus, we'll talk about that card later, but it definitely gives me a Taurus vibe. So let's talk a little bit about what we have so far, and then we'll pull some clarifiers. So Taurus, very interesting. We have fragments. To me, we have this kind of invisible, kind of Halloweenish, like a ghost, but actually it's way more serious than that. We have this person who's in the middle of the woods, and she's in the middle of a forest. A lot of earth in this card. I want you guys to see this, but there's, of course, such a glare of light. Maybe if I pull it back a little bit, it looks perfect, but I'm not sure if you can see. There's this kind of ghostly figure. And this all around here is flowers. It's like I want to visit this forest because it's just so pretty. Lots of green trees around her. I'm trying to get you guys to be able to see that. But really it's about feeling it. Because this lady, she's kind of invisible. So I see a lot of different things in this, Taurus. It can mean you need to kind of go invisible. This is your core situation, okay? So the way that these readings work is Spirit can choose a core situation for you. They literally can choose something that they want to talk about, and it's the core situation of pretty much the whole reading. So it could mean that there's a lot of things in fragments with you, meaning that they're not whole, or that they're not all the way there, which is kind of how this ghost is coming off to me right now. So you may find yourself, and I do want to mention, Taurus, that the next full moon is your moon, okay? And I have a Taurus moon, so that's very important to me. When a full moon is in your first house of self, you go through major transformations and completions when it comes to who you are as a person. So if some Tauruses are out there and they feel kind of here but not, kind of gone and here at the same time, That's what I'm kind of getting with this fragment. And some of you may just need to go out into earth and nature, because I'm seeing this lady, she kind of seems like she's releasing herself into nature. And that's a very Taurus vibe for me, because, I know earth signs do well with earth energy. A lot of flowers, a lot of growth. Okay, so I'm hearing that there's a lot of growth that is kind of fragmented with Taurus. It could be kind of stagnant, but going. It's a lot of things, Taurus. Whatever your heart is telling you right now, this means there's a lot of Tauruses that watch my videos. So a lot of you are feeling invisible or kind of like disappearing for many different reasons, I'm hearing. And we're going to get a clarifier on this, but I have a very spiritual feeling about this fragment card in the middle. Very interesting card to come up in the middle here. And which is even more interesting is that we have the invisible card on the bottom. So this is the South Node. It's what you're letting go of, where you're coming from. And that's very interesting. So you're coming from a place of kind of invisibility, or maybe you're coming from a place, and this is kind of what's being let go of in the North Node, is what we're going to be moving towards. So Taurus, you could be feeling a bit, you could have been feeling, because I feel like this is kind of in the past, but the past could have been an hour ago, So, it depends on how you feel. But the cards are telling me that there is some Taurus energy out there that has felt invisible, or like kind of like going ghost. So it's interesting that the middle of your reading, in the South Node of your reading, so the core situation, and then the core situation must be based off of the past, because there's two invisible energies. It's like they kind of want to go ghost on a few people. It might be my Taurus moon that has been feeling like that lately. I kind of thought it was more of a Pisces thing, but now about this reading, I'm not exactly sure, because I'm seeing that there's a lot of escapism, and I don't see it as a bad thing. I see it as like we just need to kind of retreat into our own self. And these cards are different in a way as well. This card she's kind of like hovering over a mirror, and I'm not sure if you can see, but in that mirror there is clear skies, but the actual sky in her real life is kind of cloudy, if you can't tell. So this is about moving on to better days, like more sunshiny days. And it's also some Tauruses may be wanting to escape their past, like the past was kind of cloudy, the past was kind of rough and not so clear. And I know Taurus does not like that kind of energy. So you may have looked a few things in the mirror, and this Aries moon in your 12th house, that's interesting. Aries is your 12th house, Taurus. So when you have a full moon in your 12th house, it does a lot with your Pisces is the actual 12th house on the wheel. So I can tell you that the 12th house is about spirituality, it's about your dreams and your subconscious, and it's kind of about completion. So this was very much about completions for you, Taurus, on the 5th. I'm not sure how that full moon went for you, but you could be looking a lot of things, not only about yourself, even though this card is a very self-realization. And sometimes when we realize certain things about ourselves, we kind of just want those things to be invisible, or we want to go invisible. So there's a lot of different ways to interpret this card, but since we have fragment here, it's kind of about parts of you being here, Taurus, and other parts of you kind of being laid below the surface, more like your opposite sign, Scorpio. And there are some energies entering Scorpio, your 7th house. So Mercury on the 17th is going to be entering your 7th house. So, you're going to be thinking a lot more about partnerships, and the sun moves into Scorpio on the 23rd. So you're going to be thinking about, the sun is about awareness, about the physical awareness. So there might be some physical things that you become aware of around the 23rd and after, with your relationships, partners, friendships, any relationship. You can have relationships with your job, with your boss. You can have lots of different relationships with people. So we do have some 7th house energy. We also have Jupiter, Taurus. I cannot forget to tell you that, but we have Jupiter moving into Scorpio on the 10th. So this is two kind of thinking planets, Gemini and Sagittarius, Mercury and Jupiter. So this is the lower form of thought and the higher form of thought, both coupling together in Scorpio, your 7th house. So you might be thinking a lot about relationships this month, and we'll see what the other cards have to say. But, there's a lot going on, Taurus. You might just kind of want to go ghost on a few people. I know I do. Not sure if it's my Pisces or Taurus or whatever, but I just kind of want to be behind the scenes right now. I don't really want to be seen. And it's interesting that she's kind of jumping through this portal. It looks like a mirror, but she's definitely hiding herself. And there's, this is just a mysterious lady. It's almost kind of creepy. I just feel like she's going to look up at me if I keep looking at her. And wouldn't that be really weird? Kind of like The Ring or something. But, it's not really that. It's more about reflection. This is a reflection card. So don't let things go invisible. Make sure that you're aware of the reflection that you have, because I see these trees in the background, of very beautiful trees. They're like pine trees, almost like overgrown Christmas trees, and there's a lot of fog here, so there's something with not seeing clearly. So this is your south node, so this is about where you're coming from, Taurus. So this is not necessarily your present moment, and I'm happy to say that. So in the past, some of you may have been feeling kind of like escaping. I remember in your last reading we did in September, there was the trapped card. So you're just over this trapped feeling, and being trapped may have made you feel fragmented, like you're kind of here, kind of not, So you're coming from a place of invisibility. And I think that can be explained in many different ways, Taurus, because being invisible is kind of awesome. Taurus, in the month of October, may be kind of given this ability to kind of go inward, kind of jump inward into your own self-reflection, see some things that you haven't seen in a while, or maybe there's certain things going to come to the surface, realizations that help you. So we have the North Node, which I actually did turn it right side up. So that kind of tells me that it is supposed to be right side up. But we have focus. So we're coming from a place of escapism, or kind of going within, being kind of behind the scenes about things, to a place of focus. So the more that you retreat inward, the more that you're going to be able to focus on whatever you're aiming at. And this is something passionate. Her arrow is on fire. So it's kind of like she's passionately aiming towards something. And with you, Taurus, it could be anything. It could be your home. It could be a relationship. It could be your job. It could be your kids or your family, anything like that. You could focus on anything. And she is just focusing on whatever that is to her. So there's something that you're going to be focusing on. You're going to be moving towards that focus in October as well. And it's interesting. I see a lot of fall leaves behind this lady, I believe. So definitely fall is bringing the focus towards certain things for Taurus. And make sure that focus is not fragmented, because focus is something that should not be fragmented, kind of like all over the place. It just doesn't go well because it's not really focusing on it. So make sure that you are coming from a place of, maybe you needed to be invisible for a while. Maybe you need to invisibly focus on something behind the scenes that isn't seen. Like, you might be seeing things, Taurus, this month that other people are just not seeing. And that speaks to me directly, because with the Taurus moon, I'm very, very I'm really in touch with my senses, and I'm sure you guys are like that as well, having the sun in Taurus, because sun is what you're aware of. And Taurus rules the 5 senses, the touch, smell, taste, hear, and see. So, yeah, there may be something with that going on as well, Taurus. You may have had to kind of go invisible, or you're seeing things that are invisible. And because of that, your focus is on point. You're actually, you went beyond, and you kind of seen what was under the surface this month. And so you're able to focus, and you're going towards a place of focus. So that's really awesome. And another thing that I just put together is at the top of this card is 16. So that is equals 7 in numerology. So in the Bible, that actually, I'm not religious, but it's this information that I just recently learned, and that means a completion. But what I'm more so led to say to you is that this card is 17. So that is interesting. We have 16. You're coming from a place of 16, invisible. and then you're coming from a place of 17. So these cards actually go right together in the deck because they're all numbered. So we have 16 and 17. So very interesting, Taurus. You're like doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing right now. You were supposed to be invisible. You were supposed to, now you're supposed to focus. So that's really awesome that that came up for you like that. Coming from a place of, behind the scenes, and you're going more, maybe you're coming out now and you're able to focus on these things. So we have on your side is the warrior. So some of you Taurus women out there may have a very strong man who's loyal and protecting on your side, or this could be something spiritual. There could be spiritual warriors, and this is a 2 up there. So this may be a relationship. 2 is kind of like, I think of 2 people, like the 2 of Cups or something like that. So it's especially because this is a man and it's a person. So take it as you will. I'm definitely okay with same-sex marriages. So for some of the Taurus men out there, you maybe have this warrior around you. You may be this warrior. So for the Taurus men watching my video, you may be this very strong warrior, and he looks very serious. He looks very, very strong and protecting. And this is what's on your side this month. For the women, I just believe that you may even be tapping into your masculine energies. That usually happens after retreating inwards. This invisible kind of thing, this fragmented. It may be something to do with your masculine, feminine. I'm led to say that because we have a very feminine energy with this beauty. And then we have a very masculine. So it's like the warrior of beauty, which is beautiful because Taurus, I'm not sure if you know this, and I'm not sure if you can see it because the cards are like really glaring. But yeah, you're the warrior of beauty. That's amazing that Spirit is telling me that right now, because you're ruled by beauty, Taurus. You're ruled by Venus, and Venus is going to be entering Libra. Your planet, your Libra and Taurus are both ruled by Venus, and there's going to be Venus entering Libra, which is so beneficial for you in Libra on the 14th of October. And I'm really hoping that these videos are out by then. So yeah, you're definitely the warrior of beauty. And I'm seeing that there's strength inside you that is going to be growing because we have this rose here. And it's just so beautiful. This rose is all lit up. Maybe you can see it if I there we go. It's like the Beauty and the Beast rose. Were some of you just thinking that? Because I kind of heard that. But yeah, your beauty is growing stronger. And, this card talks about beauty not being skin deep. Okay? So if there's something there with that, Taurus, about maybe that's why you're feeling invisible, something like that, just know that beauty is so deep. Beauty is something that is so deep about a person. Beauty is about... It's weird that I was going to say strength because I was just kind of led to see this card here, the strength card again. And we have loyalty underneath that. So this warrior, he has a lot of energy about him. He is loyal. He is strong. And this could be some of you, the partner that you're with. It could be the masculine energy that you're tapping into. I love that there's this balance of, like, you have this soft, delicate rose, and then you have this warrior here on the other side. So Taurus, that might be kind of why you're feeling fragmented a little bit. There could be kind of some energies here, and it is Libra season. So we have the sun, just like me and Sagittarius, we are siblings, just like Aries and Scorpio, siblings. You and Libra are siblings because you are ruled by Venus. Every planet rules 2 signs. So it is Libra season, and the sun is kind of in your sister sign. So, or, your planetary sibling is what I like to call it. So there is this balance here. Libra is probably helping Taurus balance their feminine and masculine sides. But I feel like that's true for some of you. And for others of you, there are spirits coming forward to kind of speak about how strong your beauty is this month. And how strong you can do things in a beautiful way. Okay, that's what I'm hearing right now, is that Taurus is going to really beautify some of the more edgy parts of them this month. You're going to go inward. Yes, you're going to go inward and kind of soften out some of those harder edges of you. And you may even be softening other people in your life. and it's about still being this beautiful warrior that you are. And it's about, being a warrior towards beauty, in the name of beauty and all that is beautiful to you, fighting for what you find beautiful. And another thing that I see about this rose is that it's about growth. I don't feel like this rose is ever going to die because it's just so beautiful. And there's the light that is constantly growing this rose. So the beauty is very lit up for you, and beauty is on your side this October, is what Spirit is saying. And the need to fight for that beauty. This certain beautiful warriors are being sent to you, Taurus, especially those Tauruses that are feeling kind of invisible and fragmented. Okay, I'm very, very drawn to these two cards here, and they very much relate to me as a Taurus moon. But I feel like all this is here to kind of really, really say that we need to focus. I see that there's a lot to focus on anyways as Taurus energy is coming in October. And I think you just need to focus because I wish my camera would focus. You just need to focus though, Taurus, because this next moon, okay, I'm not sure the date of it yet, but it'll probably be around the 7th or the 5th or the 4th, maybe even the 8th, but full moons kind of fall around the same time, give or take a few days. Yeah, full moon coming, and I just need you to be aware of that and ready for that, and to focus your intent on the beautiful things in your life, what you're fighting for, things like that. And then we have this overall guidance here, so we can't forget that. And it literally says, don't forget. I'm not sure if you can see it. I'm going to try to get it so that you can. But it says reminder, if you can't see it. I think maybe you could at least see that part. And I know it's backwards anyway, but it does say reminder, and it does say don't forget. It's like it's written in the stone here. So just trust me that I'm seeing the visual of it. It would be backwards anyway for you, but there's a reminder here. Don't forget to move. Don't forget to move, Taurus. Don't forget to move. This is movement. This card says movement, and there's a beautiful horse here. This horse is kind of stepping over rocks, and there's hurdles, and so it's like, don't get caught up in the hurdles and the rocks that you have to climb over, and make sure that you're still moving. Because if there's anything worse than being in a bad spot, it's staying in a bad spot. Which Taurus, you guys are an earth sign, so you're pretty grounded. I see a lot of earth here in pretty much every one of these pictures except the warrior. He's very blue and emotional looking. But in all the other ones, I see a lot of trees and grounding, a lot of stone here. So don't forget to move. Don't forget to move, Taurus. And this is your overall guidance. So your overall spiritual message in this reading is kind of telling you to not forget to move. There's a reminder about movement here. So for some of you, you may actually be moving. You may be, and that can be anything, moving houses, moving jobs, moving relationships, moving location. Some of you may be moving far away. And just don't forget that. Don't forget the need for you to move this month. And it may be just exercise, like actually moving and making yourself move. And I feel like there's a lot. And you know what, Taurus? This is so weird. You have a lot of things going on here because we have 28 at the top of this card, if you can see it. 28. It looks like 82, but it's kind of backwards because of my camera. 28, and my God, 29. So you have another thing here. You had 16 and 17. Whoa, you actually have 15, 16, and 17. Sorry, I'm just realizing this. So these cards came out on purpose for you, Taurus. How beautiful is that? So your core, that is so awesome. You have your core situation, and then you have where you're coming from and where you're going, and it's in chronological order. So you have this fragment, you may have been kind of all over the place. This is 15, the card 15. These cards actually go in chronological order, and this is your core situation, 15. And then where you're coming from was a place of invisibility, right? Going beyond and kind of going inward, and that's your south node. And where you're going is a place of focus. And that is so awesome that I realized the numbers on the card, because Taurus, that really just shows me that you are seriously on your way somewhere. I mean, it goes boom, boom, boom. And that is in order when it comes to this. And then you have 28 and 29. So Spirit is really coming forward for you, Taurus. It's really showing you the numerology of moving forward. You know, numbers kind of go in order. And it's very logical that way. So very, very beautiful, beautiful. Like this is kind of happening in your reading here in different ways. And I just love it. So we have that overall guidance, and the bottom of your deck is strength. So we want to apply the bottom of this deck to all these readings as well. So you have the strength to be a warrior. You being fragmented and invisible also gave you the strength. You have the strength to be beautiful, and you have the strength to focus. So very, very awesome. And then, you know, the overall guidance here, the strength to remind yourself to move. You have very much the strength to continue to move as this very steady horse. You know, this horse kind of looks white, and when I see white horses, it's very pure to me. So, you know, there's always, tarot is so interesting to me because there's always more. I always feel like, and I usually watch the videos over to make sure I'm not like crazy. And here's the Aries card. Some of you, that Aries full moon, you know, it really came in hard and came in headstrong. I mean, it was a ram moon, so it was kind of like the moon was using this energy. But as I was saying before with tarot, there's just so many ways to explain things, and I'm trying to listen to my intuition and at the same time kind of be logical and hope that I'm touching on every single different way that I'm seeing things so that it applies to all of you. But I like pulling clarifiers just so we can get a little bit more energy, you know, and a little bit more of an idea of where this is going. So let's see fragment. Okay, we have 2 cards come out already. So we have the 10 of Pentacles and the 6 of Swords right here, validating the fragment. So you could have been leaving, well, this is your core situation, so it's kind of about a financial situation or family. Okay, I'm hearing that in some Tauruses, because the 10 of Pentacles is about complete like harmony in the home. You know, it's a completion. So you are feeling fragmented about this core situation. So straight up in the month of October, there was like a real situation that came to an end and a close. So this is something real. You know, this is Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, because you guys are the Pentacles. So there was a certain completion that took place, and the 6 of Swords is all about leaving something with regret and leaving something behind. It's kind of like you're going somewhere so much better. You know, if you can see the waters here, the water is very rocky here and rough, and then he's going to much stiller waters. So, you know, Taurus, you could have been moving away from this invisible, some of the problems in your life could have been invisible, and then you started to focus on them. And because of that, the core situation is kind of leaving something because it got completed. This is a very real completion. You know, this could have been the 10 of Cups or something like that, and that would be more emotional. But for the 10 of Pentacles, you know, this card is talking about family and even your ancestors or certain things like that. So there is something here about, and it could be mental leaving if you Tauruses didn't actually leave, but, you know, there is invisibility here. And we're going to clarify all these, but what I'm seeing here, Spirit decided to clarify fragment with the 6 of Swords and 10 of Pentacles because there's a very real, it could have been a completion with money, you know, like something about money came to focus and you wanted to leave somewhere to make more money, okay? And you're in fragments about that. You're kind of in between worlds. There we go. You're kind of in between worlds. Yes, in between worlds. These people are in between worlds, you know, they're coming and going. And it's the coming and going that's coming to a completion. And maybe you're going to actually find yourself in a stable spot, you know. No wonder you want it to be invisible, kind of. And that's just what I'm getting from it, Taurus. If any of you have input on these readings, October is a very strange month. And, you know, the readings are seeming to kind of be interesting. All right, let's go ahead and get a clarifier for invisibility. What would best pair up with the invisible energy for Taurus? This is Taurus. Well, we had the 10 of Wands almost come out. So there's definitely a lot of completions on the table for you, Taurus. But why are they feeling it? Why is this invisible card here? Tell me more about this. invisible. One card, please, Spirit, or a couple, so that I can explain them thoroughly in a reasonable amount of time. So this is messages for Taurus, and we're going to clarify the invisible card. Okay, that's interesting. So we have the Devil and the Five of Wands. So interesting cards to kind of come up together. Alright, we have the Five of Wands here, if you can see that, which is energy going all over the place. All over the place. You know, it's not necessarily hitting each other. But this Five of Wands is, you know, there's a lot of different passions going a lot of different directions. And if they keep on going in different directions, they're bound to cross. Like, none of these little children are hitting themselves yet. And, you know, they don't look like any of them are colliding. They're kind of just about to. So I'm seeing that some Tauruses seen a conflicted situation in the past, and they got the hell out of there. And you could have been feeling invisible because of these energies. Like, maybe you're someone off of the scene and you weren't willing to fight. So you kind of, you know, this could have been with a relationship or something where there was passion in it before. But I just see that there were things all over the place. In Taurus, you are a very stable sign. So you were like, hell no. I'm about to get up out of here and just kind of dive in and go to, you like found a secret portal or something. And, you know, and this was attached to either a Capricorn, because this is the Capricorn card. But I feel that you were feeling chained to something, Taurus. You could have been feeling chained to an addiction, or chained to a certain person with an addiction. Or you were chained to just a relationship with a Capricorn, with an earth sign, with someone who was very controlling. And this could have been way in the past. I'm not sure, but these are the cards that came out. So I'm just going to try to read them as I can. And I'm seeing that you felt very invisible, you know. And it's interesting because this card is in the dark. There's all kinds of black, this black all around here, because it's in a kind of a subconscious realm. So a lot of Tauruses may have been feeling like having subconscious battles about things, and you felt invisible because of that, because you weren't really sure how to explain it to anybody. So your subconscious was just all over the place, I'm seeing. It was very much all over the place, and you weren't really sure what direction to go into. And you may have been feeling like someone was controlling you to go in a certain direction. And that's why there's this need to focus, because, you know, I mean, this isn't the focus card, but this is the invisible card, that this Devil in the Five of Wands. So, you know, this Five of Wands is fire. It's Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. So some Tauruses may have been feeling bound to a Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries. Some of you may be feeling like a Capricorn is going in all directions and it's not good enough for you, so you kind of went invisible on them. And for other Tauruses, if that didn't apply to you, this is literally just things that you're being bound to. I feel like all of us go through things as a collective. So as a Taurus, you're going through certain things that other Tauruses are going through. So what I'm going to say is that there were just in the past, or in this south node of this situation, there were some dark things, you know, and there were things that you kind of wanted to either, you know, go invisible about, or you want this Devil to be invisible, but you just keep seeing him because you're looking in the mirror. Not that you're the Devil, but you're looking at things in a clear way, I want to say. And everything is just all over the place. Like this bound energy, these are very two weird cards to come out together. I don't like this feeling for you. And I kind of like that it's validating the invisibility, because it may mean that these things are kind of disappearing, okay? That this Devil is going to be disappearing, and that this Five of Wands energy is going to be disappearing also. And that's in your south node, Taurus. So, you know, this isn't the north node. If this was in the top, I might be a little concerned, but, you know, this isn't. It's coming from your past. So I just want you to know, if you were a Taurus dealing with a Capricorn or dealing with energies like this, controlling people that control every direction you go in, stuff like that, it's coming from the south node. This is what you're supposed to let go of. So let go of mental darkness. Let go of controlling, manipulative, subconscious chains. Whether these are people, places, or things, jobs, relationships, moms, dads, kids, it don't matter. It was going all over the place, and it's time to let it go. And I think you already did, because you kind of like went invisible. So now we're going to see what card can clarify focus. focus on me? Baby, can you focus on me? On me. That focus card really makes me think about that song. Can you focus on me? Okay, what is Taurus focusing on? Okay, well, that's really interesting because the Capricorn energy is coming out. But okay, you could be focusing on your finances, Taurus. This is, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. So I'm seeing that this lady is literally so focused. Like, you are focused on your home being good. You're focused on your fucking coin being good. This lady is actually shooting this coin. Like, she is thinking about her money, her financial stability, her home environment. You may actually be focusing on a Virgo, Taurus, or a Capricorn man. You could just be focused on you, like your earth energy. I really do see this as focusing more on money, though, especially because you're the second house of values. And Taurus really understands the value in things. So this is a very masculine, earth grounded energy coming forward, focusing on your coin. Like, you want to know where your money is going. You don't want it to be invisible. Maybe some of this money for some Tauruses were going to a lot of addictions, and maybe someone was controlling your finances. Maybe you just didn't feel in control of your own finances. But the King of Pentacles, he is definitely in control of his finances. Like, ain't nobody else in this picture. He is definitely holding it. I actually see bulls, on his throne. So this is a very Taurus energy. And it's about being masculine and kind of controlling your finances more. And definitely doing what it takes to focus on those finances. So if you're a Taurus, that is focusing on those finances or going through a new beginning with finances, you're definitely being led to focus on it. So you're coming from a place where there was a lot of invisible entities attached to you. There was a lot of invisible, these are people, places, and things, okay? This is a person, place, or thing. And it's not, what we might think it is, the devil or whatever. It's never that. The devil comes as things that we want and need, and he comes as illusions and false promises. So there was a lot of invisible, really hectic energies around you, Taurus, in the past, or in your south node. That's where you're coming from or where you're going to. And, you're going to come out of all that in a very, stable position with your finances, with your home. This man owns a castle. So the home life in the background there, so stable that he even kind of retreats out off into the forest. And I did just kind of see the Nine of Pentacles card. So, there could be a lot of work by yourself. You could be working, that's like kind of the single card. So, a lot of Tauruses out there could really just be kind of doing that single thing right now. Just focusing on yourself, focusing on the money that you're bringing in and where the hell your money is going. Is it going to beautiful things? Are you fighting, for your money? This is weird because it is a very, completion with money right now for Taurus. I'm seeing a lot of pentacles, and kind of like the pentacles need to be focused on you. And you may be a Taurus that's in a committed relationship where you guys kind of join finances, but just make sure, because Taurus, you really understand money. You really understand money. And it can irritate you and irk you if people are spending their money on things that aren't worth it, or if the money is going in every direction and there's nothing to show for it. It's all about movement with you. It's all about remaining as that warrior. So I really think there's a focus here about money, and money seems strong this month. It seems like you might have more money to kind of, spend on more beautiful things. And you definitely want to just be careful of any illusions, since I pulled the Moon card, or maybe some Tauruses are dealing with a Pisces. But let's, or an Aquarius. Let's get some more clarifiers here for this warrior and beauty. So what is on Taurus's side? What would best... Oh, that's way too many. Let's get some really clear energies for Taurus about this warrior. Alright, and we have the Two of Cups come out. Can't see them, but this is the Two of Cups here. And that came out with warrior. So a lot of you Tauruses are actually coupled with a warrior. And that's what I thought of when I first pulled that card, is that a lot of, for the men Tauruses, you're just with a very strong, powerful woman. And if you're same sex, then you're with that. But I see that you're in a union. You're in a very strong, powerful union. And it could be beautiful, because I see that there's the beauty card here. It's growing. This is a relationship that's growing. So let's get a card for beauty. This is really beautiful. Whoa, too many. I mean, I'm saying though, we got the Knight of Swords, the Five of Pentacles, King of Cups, Three of Pentacles. So there's definitely some charging forward to finances. Like, you are tired of any relationship you may have to poverty, and I have no idea what it feels like, what poverty feels like for a Taurus. I really don't. Okay, how beautiful was that? We have the Lovers card come out for beauty. So love is very beautiful for you right now, Taurus. The relationships between remember how I said masculine and feminine? Definitely on point here. There's a lot of like masculine, and this is beautiful. Okay, the Lovers card and the Two of Cups. Are you serious? Like, love, hello. Very beautiful. And I definitely see this as a masculine and feminine energy. This is on your side. So love is on your side. Whoever you're sharing your cup with, it's very strong, Taurus. And this could come in October, because this is your October reading, but that is like so beautiful. You have a beautiful love on your side here. And I like that, because there's like completions with that. And there's a lot of money here. Taurus, I don't know about y'all, but like, I feel like you guys will be good at helping people with money, or helping people with certain things. Bottom of the deck is the Seven of Pentacles. No, 8. I'm sorry. 8 of Pentacles. And this is a man who's doing work on his own. Okay, this card just came up for another Taurus that I gave a reading to. Taurus is doing a lot of work on their own, but they have love that's on their side. So it's about kind of understanding that as a Taurus, that there is so much love here. There's definitely unions that you're a part of. But Taurus still likes to be independent. You have a beautiful love opportunity, and it's very strong and beautiful. These love people who are partnered right now. And don't forget about the movement. Well, it's kind of hard to when the Wheel of Fortune and the Tower comes out, because karma is changing. Things are changing here with Jupiter moving into Scorpio and all that. So we have things falling apart, but we have things changing as well. And we actually have you on this card, Taurus, right down here. All the fixed signs are on this card. So, karma is changing. The wheel of karma is turning. And there are going to be certain things that fall apart because of that. And that is why we're reminded here of the movement. Okay? And this is applying so much to my Taurus moon, because we also have the Five of Cups here. And this is talking about the have and the have-nots. What a beautiful card to put with the Six of Swords. Like, these two people have a lot in common. There's what they lost and what they have still. Okay, so it's about where you're coming from and where you're going. Yeah, you're leaving something really good behind, but you're going somewhere way more stable. You're going to such a better place, somewhere that's way more mentally stable for you, somewhere that's better, more money. It's just better. Maybe you're moving on from Lovers, moving from the Two of Cups to the Lovers, which I don't even know which one's better, but there's a lot of energy here about moving. There's completions, like this is a place of completion. The core situation here for Taurus is something ending and beginning financially, certain jobs or something like that, moving jobs. And then we have the Five of Cups that came out with the movement. So you are moving, not houses, but maybe for some of you, but there's just this movement here. But don't get caught up in the cups that have spilled over, Taurus. Things that you've lost, things that you missed. This is so true for me. I moved to a new apartment, and there's just certain things I like, certain things I don't. I miss certain things I don't. This applies so well to me, and I hope it does to you guys too. I love that the Tower, this is a Scorpio card, by the way. So, certain relationships ending, and it doesn't have to be just love, but just know for every ending, there is a beginning. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune card is here, and it's kind of like this card is in between both of them. So you can either focus on the Tower falling down, or you could focus on the Wheel of Fortune changing. Like, yes, 3 cups knocked over, but there are two cups in front of you, I mean, in behind you, that you're not going to see if you cry over spilled milk. Don't focus on the negatives, focus on the positives, because we are all headed in to such an amazing era in our life. And I see a pattern here with us all leaving behind really nasty things. There's always some real nasty. For Aries, they got the chaos card, so they're leaving behind chaos. Taurus is leaving behind, certain like chains that are holding them, and we're all moving towards something better. So I'm loving these readings so far, and I really hope that this applied to you guys. As always, if you have any questions, if you have any input about what this could mean, like, hey, I really think that card meant this and not this, like, I'm so open to criticism like that, or to corrections, and I'm interested in how this applied to you guys. I really hope that you enjoyed it and that you can hear me okay. I know that you can't really see very well, but I hope you could follow along, and I really appreciate you sticking to the end of this reading. I know they get kind of long. So I am going to end it here, Taurus. Like I said, if you have any questions or if you'd like to reach out to me personally, my Facebook name is Braylin Janae Caldwell, Jenae, Braylin, Braylin. And just shoot me a message, because I've got a lot of like weird Facebook friend requests, and I'm like, oh, I wonder if that's someone who watches my videos. It's like, I really need you guys to just shoot me a message, because I get a lot of random fake accounts that follow me too, especially because I put my information out there for my channel. So yeah, just shoot me a message and say, hey, I'm somebody who watches your videos, just wanted to talk to you about the Taurus video this month. I had a few questions with that. And I'd be so happy to talk to you guys. Like, my Taurus moon, I'm not even really around a lot of Tauruses, so it really helps me and benefits me to kind of talk with you guys. It really helps my soul out. So I hope you enjoyed the reading, guys, and I will talk to you again in Scorpio season, your opposite sign.